Hello everyone, welcome to the CNFT.tools Discord server. I'm ToolSin and I'm very happy to be joined by the Ape University, another Cardano NFT project that's been making quite the waves recently. I'm joined by Plug and I am joined by a name that has already disappeared out of my mind, Dusty. And if you guys would like to introduce yourselves and we can go from there.
Yeah, Plug, if you want to go first.
What's up, guys? I'm Plug, also known as Elliot, where we doxed in the Discord if you didn't see that. Uh, right now, feeling under the weather a bit, but I'm here and ready to answer some questions.
Nice.
So,
And I'm Dusty, aka Christian, and I'm the artist for the project.
Ah, nice. So, how long ago did you guys meet, and sort of like, what triggered the Stoned Ape University?
So, Elliot and I met in high school. He moved to my city whenever I think he's a grade beneath me. So he moved into my city and we lived near each other. So we met on the bus and he's been best friend of mine since then. It's been about a decade probably. And then, Plug can tell you more. He was in the CNFT space super early, and I'll admit to being still relatively new. But yeah, we've known each other for years, and a couple of months back, we had always talked about doing one of these projects. He had, brought it up to me being an artist, and he thought that, he could do a good job of managing the in and outs of a project. And so we've talked about it for a minute, and we kind of demoed the art probably 9 months back, and had it kind of sitting there. And then, some recent events in both of our lives kind of pushed us to say, like let's actually go for it. And so probably about 3 months ago, we started the Discord, started the Twitter, started really pinning down and finalizing the art, and then getting us to where we're at right now.
Yeah, I mean that's a long time to have the art sitting around and then not taking it forward. Like, what was
Of
it?
course.
What was it that caused the pause?
Yeah. So obviously CNFT projects or NFT projects in general can be pretty lucrative endeavors, no doubt. And my wife and I, and I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. We bought a house, and it turned out that the house was like completely unlivable, like unsafe. And so,
Oh,
this
yeah,
was probably 5 months ago, and I guess we're in like a legal battle now. But the problem is that I can't really. I can't touch the house in the middle of a legal battle. And I have to be able to find a place for my family to live. And I have a mortgage now that I can't just get out of. And so, I'll be honest, some of the immediate motivation was that, first off, like the job that I have is pretty good. I mean, I live a decent life, but not paying rent twice type of life. So,
yeah,
uh, the money was clearly a motivation from the beginning. But at the same time, I've also been an artist my entire life and have given shots in many different ways about putting my art in front of people and really doing something significant and long term and really established with my art. And so, I saw this as an opportunity. Again, we had demoed the art to do this well before we bought this house. It's just things happen, life goes on,
yeah.
and sometimes you need a little fire underneath your ass to get something done. So, that's my situation.
Well, it doesn't seem to have harmed you yet so far. So,
Yeah,
and
no,
I
we've made it work.
I just wanted to make a project. That's literally it. Like I just have always wanted to make my own. I've always done like little promotions on Twitter and stuff, like for people, and I kept seeing these projects and being like, man, I could do better than that, or I just wanted to get in the space more and be known more.
yeah, and I think a lot of people and a lot of people doing projects have have the same story of they're looking around and seeing, well, all this is, it's great and everything, but it could be done so much better. Which is, why they get into it, because they can do it better, right?
Yeah, and
Right.
then you start doing it and you realize, well, this is a lot harder than it looks.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, how many do you have on your team overall then?
So yeah,
So
it's Plug and I, and then we've brought on CyberPickle Dev Team to be
Nice.
our main developers, and they have just been
yeah, they're
top
good.
notch killer dudes. They're cool as hell to talk to, and very on top of the ball when it comes to everything. They've been, I mean, they're talented guys. So yeah, just Plug and I for now. As the project grows, we're not against kind of growing the team if need be. But for now, I think that we've
Oh,
got the
and
majority of.
the other night we have I guess a collab manager now, or someone who's just like doing more community stuff, which is Croc.
He's in the chat, Croc Chain.
I haven't
Shout out.
officially announced it, but yeah, he's like, it was
Right.
just a mod. But now
Let me find him. Where's Croc?
Croc chains, Croc
Blue
chain.
background, white beanie
Blue
on
background.
the
Oh,
on
there
the.
we go. Right. Well, let's get him, invite him to speak up here, and he can
Come
take the
on up, Croc.
plaudits and praise for being promoted in
Yeah.
such a
We haven't
person.
even announced it, but
This
Well,
is
you
the
have now.
yeah,
Hello there, Croc. Congratulations and commiserations on your promotion.
Thank you very much. You guys are hearing me, right? Yes?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
of course.
perfectly.
yep.
Oh, the opportunity for me, I'm kind of a little bit speechless because being a mod for Stoned Apes for so long, I've gotten so many DMs from projects and other mods just to do collabs with us, and now getting the opportunity to actually go forward and do it, mate, I'm excited.
Croc's always had the best attitude. Solid guy, day one, and shout out to Flo as well. Those are the two mods that kind of brought us to Mint, and yeah, so we've Croc. We really appreciate you, man. 100%.
Also, shout out to Shelby. She's our other mod, and she's also my girlfriend, who's been very helpful.
Yes, and some of our newcomers, Banksy and Boo Boo, we love them. We love them.
Yeah, just for future survival chances, you should probably refer to her as your girlfriend first and your moderator second.
Oh,
Good
okay.
call. Good call.
Just,
Alright, true.
I made that mistake before and it did not end well for me.
True. My bad.
Oh dear. So yeah, so there's as much as it's like the two primary team members, you have a lot of people supporting you and helping you out then.
Yes, of course.
Yes, and we've had people from the community reach out. Other project owners. They've reached out to me personally and like gave us advice and stuff. So yeah, we've had a lot of support.
So yeah, just throwing this in there, but don't think you're getting off the hook, Croc. I've got some questions coming up for you in a bit about first potential collaborations and stuff like that. So you can get your practice in by denying that anything's happening, or then saying that something's happening but you can't tell us yet.
Pull out your pen and paper, Croc. It's getting serious now. Serious.
I'm on it.
So how
He's
did all
actually
you
getting
guys
it.
get involved in crypto in the first place, let alone NFTs?
So Plug got me in. So Plug, you'll have to say how you got in.
I started with stocks, like
Yeah.
and then I started doing like risky call options, and made a little bit of money, and got the little adrenaline rush from it,
Yeah.
and then I wanted something more spicy because I'm like a bit of a gambler at heart. So then I went into crypto and started trading the top tens, and then realized I want more, something more. I wanted to trade with my heart pounding. So then I started doing like shit coins basically,
Yeah.
and I don't know how it led to NFTs. I just I was holding Cardano for a while, and I was looking at these big Ethereum projects, and I was like, it's just not practical for me to to spend so much money on an NFT, and it's super risky in Ethereum, and I didn't have like enough liquid at the time to even mess with Ethereum projects, and I was like, well, I want to buy some NFTs still. So then I found the Cardano NFTs, and whenever I got into Cardano NFTs, there was only like 10 projects. Like it was like pretty early on, and I think the first one I bought into, I got rug pulled,
Oh dear.
and then it was Coco something.
Oh, Coco Locos.
Coco Locos, yeah.
Yeah, that was that was a cluster F word.
Yep. And then I bought some Zombits,
Nice.
and Clays.
Nice.
Paper handed them like an idiot. And then yeah, so I've slowly just and then I started doing promotion, like I said, for like these projects on Twitter, and doing like little giveaways and stuff. Yeah, but
Nice.
yep.
So what was the other members of the teams? First, Mint.
Say
Do
again.
what?
What was the rest of your guys' first Mint?
I don't think Dusty's ever even minted anything.
I haven't.
Heresy.
I'm telling you,
Heresy.
I am brand new.
Yeah, he's
And
new to the
yeah,
space.
so give me my lashings, but yeah, I'm now, I'm now in a couple different discords, and I'm looking around. I'm getting into it. I'm getting the feel for it. It's weird to have started on the other side of the interaction.
Yeah.
To come in as a creator instead of coming in as a consumer and moving to creator. So I don't know. I'm keeping an eye out. Seeing what I'm going to get into, but I haven't made any hard decisions yet. Really, I've just been so focused on the project, and as I told you before, my money situation isn't exactly I don't get to have a lot of fun right now. So
Yeah, I hear that.
Hey, Croc's always minting stuff.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
let's
that
hear from
much.
Croc on this one.
Well, for starters, I minted my wife's first NFTs, which are SAU. I set her up a wallet, got her a frat pass, got her a few apes, so she's all set for her first.
beautiful.
My first was only a few months ago, back in March. So Secret Bull Society. That was my first mint. Not sure many of you guys are aware of that one, but it's a pretty cool project. And then the second one I actually minted was just become a recent rug pull was Blockheads.
Oh, did they rug pull?
They have left. Discord and Twitter is gone. Yeah.
Damn, dude, it's rugged. That's a rug.
Yeah, there's
It's
been
gone.
there's been a couple actually. But well, there's always been a couple. Let's face it. But yeah, sorry to hear that, dude.
Look, I got a plan. I'm gonna save the CNFT community from rug pulls. I can't announce it yet, but it's
Oh.
coming soon.
Well,
I'm telling
My
you.
God.
there's a few projects that have made that claim already. So we'll have to
Well,
see on that
this will
one.
be separate from
I
SAU.
bet
This
they
will
are.
be like like something else for the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So yeah, back to Stone Ape University. How stoned do you have to be to gain entrance?
You can start out clean, but I would say by the end of it, you will have taken on some. I think we have a wide range. We do have a lot of people in our stoners lounge showing off their collection.
Definitely secondhand smoke in the stone, that's for sure.
Oh my God, dude! I've never seen weed like this until I opened up this chat. So people, we got a lot of people stoned as hell, but I would say that you can come in however you are, no judgment.
You don't have to be stoned as well. You can come in sober and not smoke, unless peer pressure gets you.
You
Then
can come in sober and then smoke. That's really
Yeah.
the move. That's
Doesn't
probably the move.
Or just come in and just enjoy the fumes and the ambience.
Right, the atmosphere.
So now the fun bit's got out of the way. What is the driving force behind the Stone Ape University? Like, what is it you're working towards together?
Okay, so we just released our roadmap a few days ago. Um, our first like step, the first thing we're gonna try to get done, as quickly as we can, is getting our SAU token made, and
Right.
that's CyberPickle will be the ones helping us do that. Right now we're working on the tokenomics behind that, and we're trying to give it some utility, obviously, and then we're gonna use CyberPickle's staking, which they're also developing right now, to passively earn our token. And then I have some pretty cool ideas for like things you could buy with our token. Like for one example I have is like you'd be able to stake and earn passively, and then you'd be able to go on like our little marketplace on our website once we get it up and buy like whitelist spots for projects. We're gonna be hosting like gaming events with it. Um, there's a
Potentially
lot we
have
have.
like a mint where the only thing.
Yeah, and also we're working on like how we're gonna have the. I want like a more limited supply, and I also want it to have like a burn feature whenever it comes back to our wallet. But obviously that's all in the works. We have to figure out the exact tokenomics about it.
Okay. So, you're going to be moving towards like merchandise and things like that, yeah?
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
We also have other goals of, and plug can go into this some more as well, but like the metaversity, learn to earn systems opposed to maybe play to earn, which is a more common one. Um, also, as much as we're trying to fold utility into the project, I would say from my perspective, this art is super serious to me, and like I want this to be a project that is praised not only for its utility but also for its art. And so, we have the next season coming out. No release date yet, still in the works, but we have the Stone Ape University dropouts, and I'm trying to be really thoughtful with the lore and the theme and how we're setting it up, and just trying to make sure that the product itself is something that people, that catch people's eye as well. So, it's as much of an art motivated project as it is like a utility motivated project. And I would say, the CNFT space being like as young as it is, or NFTs in general being like a young industry, um, watching things progress, like I feel like both of us would be, honored to influence the meta, to innovate in a place that, not everything's already mapped out. Like the rules aren't always already set. So, you know, definitely super motivated to take this long term and see like what we can build out of it.
Nice. So with the whole learn to earn thing, is that going to be courses that you're designing yourself, or is that going to be more mainstream courses?
So we haven't really, fleshed out all the details about that. I'm thinking initially it would be courses uh I design, but obviously I'd like to hire, people who are talented, traders or just in general good with NFTs or crypto, and help develop
Yeah,
a course together, almost like a master class, right?
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't know
So so so
if you've
crypto-based
ever been
courses, not
advertised
like
that. Yeah.
so more like
Just
crypto-based courses as opposed to actual qualifications like high school diplomas and stuff.
Yeah, no, it would be more about yeah, like learning about cryptocurrencies, NFTs, good trading behaviors, you know, all the likes.
yeah,
Basically, the information that people typically are seeking out when they go to YouTube, they want someone to tell them how to figure out what's a good move. And of course, you can never be totally sure, but there's clearly some people that have a good intuition about them, or or they're sensitive to the right things. And just like Elliot was saying earlier, there's already a set of relatively prominent influencers in the space that don't, they quote don't give financial advice, but at the same time, their opinion seems to matter. And over time, as we approach
You're breaking up.
actually
You're
implementing
breaking up.
these different utility. Oh, am I?
Yeah, I think it's
Hello?
sorted now. It's just a little glitch that happens now and again, I think.
Okay. Yeah, but as we move towards it, some of the current ones, or maybe some of the ones that have risen to fame over that time, we'll look to do collaborations with people who are, the same way Elliot said, like a master class. You might have Samuel L. Jackson or Gordon Ramsay, teach you how to do what they're good at. So it's not necessarily a course made by Masterclass. They just bring in the best people to create courses that you can complete and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's sort of the idea. Of course, we're a good ways out from all of this coming completely to fruition. A lot of decisions are yet to be made, but that's the general idea.
The first step is getting the staking and our token, and yeah, then we go from there.
Okay, so yeah, I ran a AMA slash discussion on Sunday evening about how to do your own research. So you're gonna be able to do like courses on like how to do your research, what are the things to look at,
We
what
might
sort
bring
of
you on. Watch out.
gradient levels and stuff, which each risk factor fits into, as it were.
Right, exactly. Potentially, if you move into that direction and that ends up being your main niche, we might bring you on in the future. That would be the idea. We're creating the project, but that doesn't mean that we're the best in the world at every little corner interest within crypto. And so we're going to try to find the people who know the most. And then also, Plug is a relatively educated guy in this space. If we were to create courses up front, or maybe courses on less niche topics, I'm sure that that Plug could have a lot of valuable information for our members and stuff. So yeah, just one area of the project, but definitely something we think is kind of unique.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole thing lends itself to having many different contributors anyway. I mean, part of the reason why people get involved in blockchains is, because for decentralization reasons. And there's no point having a decentralized chain like Cardano if you're then all receiving your information in the same place. So, for instance,
Right, fair enough.
it's important that CNFT Jungle exists and gives us competition.
Right, of
We
course.
drive each other forward with the different innovations that we make, and we do things in a slightly different way, and people can compare and contrast and come to their own opinions.
Right, the free market doing its thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, I
yeah.
also think it's pretty
You guys are
important,
like Intel.
right. For us to have minted in the market that we minted in, I mean, I'll say I think we did very well considering the market. I think we sold close to or at 80%, and we've currently halted the mint. But I think that experience has really stressed for me that NFTs and these marketplaces and in the economies and the communities surrounding, like, I think it's important that we, during these moments like this, you always see top influencers talking about, you can't trust that fear in your gut. People, millionaires are made in these markets and things like that. And I think that, part of the university would be that, like, let's try to like mature the space. Let's try to get people more serious and calculated about their investments, and that would just be one element. But I definitely see as the market contracts, and fairly enough, people have fear and doubt during those times, but I definitely see the space maturing as we move forward, and we'd like to help with that.
So there was 6,969.
That's right, 69 baby.
How much did he mint for?
69 ADA.
I thought it was,
Hooray.
but it's always worth checking so I can say nice again.
On
Right.
on 6ix9ine, by the way.
Oh yeah, on June 9th, 6/9.
Yeah, that bit actually escaped me as it goes. That's kind of cool.
Right, right.
Definitely a good meme day, that one.
We tried.
So tell us about a couple of the other aspects of the project that we've not touched on yet.
Plug, you want to jump in?
I was going to say that was an unexpected silence.
I
Wait,
was
sorry,
about to mention.
I'm looking at the roadmap.
I was
Trying
about
to
to
make sure you
mention
got your points right.
Yeah, but by
the
the way,
fact
the
that the
website says the
project,
roadmap is coming in a couple of days, so you might
Oh,
want to
yeah, we
change
need to
that.
update it.
That was my mistake.
Yep. So yeah, for now, like we're slowly right now we're kind of trying to do like PR, we're trying to get our faces out there, and then we're gonna start doing a little, Twitter marketing and stuff to try to grow organically and do some. We're looking with Croc for collabs right now. Um, in terms of like utility for the project, I think we've already covered staking, and with that staking, we want our frat passes. So you know about the frat passes, right?
Yes, they're your OG item that gives you whitelist spots to everything that you're doing in the future, and probably some other intangible benefits as well. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
And we're trying to add another benefit to that, like have it if you're staking and you hold a frat pass, depending on the tier of the frat pass, it would act as a multiplier for
Oh,
like the
nice.
passive gain you get. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just another that gives that more value. And our frat pass holders have been like our top supporters, and we really want to give them an edge. But I keep having to explain to them, we have to, because they want, us to do things for the frat pass now, and it's like we have to make SAU as successful as possible, and if SAU is as successful as possible, then the frat passes will naturally,
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah,
But
I would definitely agree with that.
yep, but
Yeah, we've been, our whole goal since the beginning is just to be as open with people about our decision making process. But a part of that means that you have to disappoint some for sure. Because we're trying to make long term decisions. Even though a lot of people would probably, they would like to get uh, something happen in this moment that benefits them. But
Yeah.
but I think that if we focus on the long term, that everyone will win.
Yeah, I mean, like it's to build stuff takes time. Like you either spend that time doing it before mint, or you spend it doing after mint, or you spend it doing both doing it. Like it's
yep, I think a lot of people in this space are very impatient too.
yes,
Like I feel like if people kind of chill out and quality takes time. Um,
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the point too. Yeah, I mean, Plug was saying the other day that after Mint, he had someone, I guess, saying, our roadmap wasn't released and the website wasn't released, and that meant that we were a rug pull. And Plug said he was DMing with him, and he was like, "Hey man, like you have your logic completely backwards. Like a scammer is going to put out a website and a massive roadmap with a bunch of promises on it to make you feel good right now in the moment, and so that you'll buy it and then they can leave, and it never happened. Whereas, I mean, of course, like I know people want things up front, and we're trying to be as quick as possible, but when it comes to speed over quality, that's where we kind of draw the line. So, we're working consistently in the background to make this work, but we definitely, we would rather measure twice and cut once.
so are you guys doing this full time, or are you still heavy with the fiat jobs?
I'm completely full time.
And
I'm
I currently have a day job, so
I mean,
a
we
fiat
won't hold
job.
it
I like the
against
way
you.
that sounds.
It's just
yeah yeah.
just the
Um
thing. Like it's like it's very good when project team members are able to go full time with the project. It's not always the right financial thing to do for everyone, but it's nice when a project has somebody dedicated full time and committed, and being able to show that by not having any other commitments.
Yep.
Of
The only
course, yeah,
time I'm not here is when I'm sleeping.
and he doesn't do a lot of that really.
No.
But yeah, the goal is to also have myself move into that position again. Bigger financial things going on in my life with my
Yeah,
family and whatnot. So
yeah,
we'll get to that when we get to that. But for the record, I work 8 to 5 and then stay up till 1:30 in the morning every night, kind of just grinding away at this stuff. So you know, I try to make up for the time that I'm at work and try to put in a solid stack every day.
yeah. I mean, like there's everybody has their own personal lives, and what's right for some is not always right for everybody. So,
Of
like,
course, of
I'm
course,
I'm sure you'll get there eventually when the time is right. Anyway.
that's the goal.
So, croc chains. What is it you do when you're not trying to get collabs going now?
We're generally just vibing with the community.
Yes.
Oh, are
We have
you
such a
full
great.
time as well now?
I have been, yes. I'm currently full time in this and unemployed in the real world. Um, Spend probably most of my free time just fucking traveling when I can. But generally, yeah, you see me in mainly SAU Discord. You'll see me in Carter Bullies. I'm also a mod and a collab manager there as well. But as most of the people in the space know, I'm generally in 40 plus projects, just vibing with people, saying hello, seeing what's happening there, seeing how they're bringing things out, how they're creating future collabs with their projects, getting some insight.
Nice.
Yeah, Croc's been great about bringing insight in from the community as we've been working. He's been full of good ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've seen that avatar around in a fair few different projects myself. So, thumbs up on that one.
Definitely, we've actually spoken a few times in DMs.
Quite possibly. I'd have to go back and check to see what was said. Unfortunately, I get through a lot of conversations these days.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Totally
get
understand.
thousands of DMs.
So, what's your? Can you tell us about your first baby as a full member of the team? Then, like what collab? What's happening? What's the first thing that you're going to be giving us?
Well, I don't want to really drop it until we announce it, but I'm really trying to do something big. Really start straight off the bat. Really just to gain that extra attention.
So we can expect a definitely a bigger slash more OG name then.
That's what I'm aiming for. Yes, exactly.
Croc's out there
Oh,
here
I
doing
think I
work.
think our biggest collab so far has been, what was it, Mandrills?
Yeah, Mandrills.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty big project. And I've been in the DMs with a few like pretty OG names. But we haven't completely sorted anything out, but they're definitely down to collab. And now we have Croc, reaching out to projects. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
we're
it does help to have somebody, like one person dedicated to all that that can
yep.
keep track of everything and be on top of the art styles and everything like that with revisions and everything.
yeah. Like Plug
Absolutely.
was saying earlier, you find out there's a lot of complexity to running a project, and so a
Yeah,
good team is vital.
Now, I'm gonna be honest though. I Before Mint, like leading up to Mint, when we got our initial hype, we had a lot of projects reaching out to us, trying to collab with us, trying to trade like whitelist spots and stuff. And I told most of them no. And
yeah,
people were like, "Oh, why didn't you do this project? They're huge, they're blowing up." Well, turns out two of them that hit me up were rugs.
yeah,
So it's like I was being very careful because I want to make sure it's like already a legitimate project, because if I put my name SAU with a rug pull or something, that could mess us up.
yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I had an experience with a project who I won't name but they were very well known and very well hyped. They're still quite well known. They're still going. But you know, we were doing the collab, and there was a lot of things that I wasn't happy about around about certain stuff. But we got to the point where, you know, we're like 2 3 days ahead of the collab dropping, and you know, it turns out that not all of the art was original.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yep, and we've tried to make that.
So we then made the policy. It's like, right, well, you have to have sold out, and you have to have, like, you know, pass the sniff test. But you know, we're not going to work with any unreleased projects again.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
once you
blame
get
you.
burnt, you know, you never really see things the same after that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because, you know, there's been you know, there's always those projects that you know, you've got a really good gut and you're feeling you're going to go and mint 5 on mint day. You know, you're all part of it, but it's, you know, the business slash project is more important.
Of course, of course. You know, but there's always exceptions to policies. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you never let a policy get in the way of something good. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
but I
if
totally
Snoop
understand
Dogg
what you're
comes
saying.
down and says, "Do you want to do a new collab?" then you're going to say yes, right?
Yeah, as I'm saying, you ain't really worry about that sellout at that point. You'll work right with them, I'm sure.
And that's one thing throughout the process we've been trying to show people, like, you know, we released, you know, sneak peeks and stuff of, like, you know, Dusty literally drawing the apes. Like, just so people know that, you know, it's his original art.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I got a lot of files at this point. A lot of things. A lot of things. But
So
yeah,
just
100%.
just want to make sure everyone knows, I am monitoring NFT chat on the Tools Discord server. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to type them down there, and I'll make sure the team get a chance to answer.
Let's hear the questions, folks.
I know there's been a couple of people with their hands up, but unfortunately, with this going to YouTube and my lack of editing skills, it's kind of a risk that we'd rather not take.
Fair enough.
What up, YouTube?
Yeah, what up, YouTube?
Yeah, we do have we do record all our AMAs now, and we post them up on YouTube, put them in our little AMA archive, so you guys can
Very
always
nice.
send people over, and anyone that's missed it can tune in later on as well.
Absolutely,
Nice,
dude.
nice.
Hit us with the link because I want to go watch some.
I'm gonna listen back to my own voice and cringe for an hour.
If some of the SAU members got some questions, they can also post in SAU general chat. I've been keeping an eye on it as well.
Sweet.
Solid guy, I swear, the
Yeah,
best guy.
love that dude. Love that dude. So, how many different traits do the apes have then?
So if I think I'm correct, it's like 226.
Damn.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's like it's a fun one, that alone, because you know, obviously the larger the project size, the more traits you need to keep everything fresh and individual.
Right.
But that's a number that I'd expect more to see on a 10K project rather than like a 7K project or a 5K project.
Yeah, I really wanted them to look right when it was done, and you know, without mentioning any names in particular, I see a lot of NFT projects, and I don't know. Whenever you glance at the image, it just looks so busy, and there's no color coordination. There's no, it just doesn't seem cohesive. I don't know. Just like from an artist perspective, I was really concerned with the colors meshing together, and when you got combinations that of completely different colors, that they would vibe with one another. Um, and so, yeah, I wanted to make sure there was a lot of layers so that every time you got one, there was something about it that gave it more character. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but there's something like, it's like 20 or 30 eye variants, because, you know, I realized early on that the eyes gave each ape a lot of character. Same with the mouth, you know? And so I made sure that the traits that I chose weren't necessarily just like flashy objects for the sake of being a flashy object, but you know, cohesive in the overall theme of the project.
So, which are your guys' favourite traits then? Or is that a bit too much like asking you who your favourite kid is?
Well, I would say that the snow cone fur, top tier for me. I like the halo and the horns a lot, and the skater beanie is also top notch for me. I mean, again, I can't. I don't necessarily have a favorite for everything, but yeah, I'm really just. I told Elliot a long time ago. So before we had Cyber Pickle do our final generation, I was doing early generations just with like the hash lips generator, and I told Elliot that my favorite TV show was just watching the apes generate. Just looking at each one as it came out, and one would come out and you go, "Oh my god," And so, yeah, I'm just in love with the project overall. I'm like really proud of it.
So this will give you a laugh. I may have to come up with an alternative view for the YouTube video because in my haste to get set up and everything, I didn't have my bookmarks bar hidden. Just went to do the bookmarks bar and hide that, and then flashed up my internet history for the day.
What was
So,
on that, buddy? What was on there? Yeah, what are we looking at? What's the
yeah,
damage?
we'll say there's at least one thing that I don't want people to see.
Oh no, oh no.
Type P in the address bar. Type P.
Oh
Type
no, it's worse
S.
than that because it's actual links, isn't it?
Uh,
Oh my god.
no,
So
no,
so
no.
that's category and name and everything.
Oh good god. What would your mother think?
I mean,
Oh,
hopefully there's no apes in that category.
I couldn't possibly comment.
All right.
Oh dear. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't have had that smoke before I realised that I was coming on for another AMA.
Well, I mean, it's Stoned Ape University. You got to get good and high before you join the AMA.
Yeah, now
The
I'm
right
going to have to
one.
rip out the audio and find some background thing that's moving so people's screens don't burn and try and splice it together.
Right.
So it might take me a little bit longer than usual to get this one up. To coin
There you go.
the
It'll be all right.
absolute wrong phrase.
No rush, man. No worries.
But yeah.
Hey guys, we got a question from Wanna.
Oh, nice.
Compared to the other top projects in the CNFT space, what is going to keep SAU on top and growing? Well, I can say one thing straight away is that you guys, the community.
Yep.
Community
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, I think personally for me, it's that that we're just consistently going to be here and we're going to be doing AMAs. We're going to be talking. We're going to make sure people know that we're here to stay. And then obviously, uh, as we keep checking off parts of the roadmap, people will grow more confident, and I think that'll
And
keep us
really, as
around.
the roadmap grows as well,
Yep.
So like the space is evolving. Both of us are getting better and better at what we do, and just like Elliot said, being really present in the community and making sure people, don't forget about us and see that we're just being honest with everyone and telling everybody what we're up to, and I think that goes a long way because the main sign of a rug is when people are just gone. You know what I mean? That's always the story, is that they just left the Discord. So we just want to make sure that we keep in touch and keep moving.
Absolutely.
So, how long do you think it will be before realistically you'll have some big announcements about staking and the other things that you're coming? Like, is it
So we were
gonna...
talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, carry on.
We were talking with Pickle about it, and they said realistically like 3 months.
Okay.
So to some people that's like 3 months. Our floor is gonna tank, and then it's like we can't just make that happen overnight, and that's up to our devs, and they also have a lot on their plate as well.
Yeah,
But we've got a really good relationship with them. They said we're one of their favorite clients to work with. So, and and they're not just making that for us. They're gonna have that's gonna be for them as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
they're building
they work
a bigger
with a
system.
few different projects, I believe. So, but
Yeah,
like
a good bit.
they are top notch guys, like
Yep.
absolutely top notch.
Right.
Shout out to them
Yeah,
for
very
sure.
good. Yeah, 100%. They're building a staking system that'll, like Elliot said, it's not just for us. Like we'll be able to tie into it, but it's going to be like a larger system, and those guys have proven to have just buttery code, beautiful code.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's been so smooth. Both the mints,
Best
incredible.
mints that you can get for sure.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely up there on that. I it would be interesting to have an award ceremony for best minter and be able to compare all the different mints at one time, one after the other.
Oh my God, CNFT
That'd be
Tools should
dope.
do a damn award show, dude.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I
Oh my
mean,
God,
we
the ADAs.
kind of like being nice and independent. I will say,
Okay.
So
kind of important that we're independent as well. To be fair,
I wanted to say my plan for the thing I'm doing outside of SAU, but I don't want you guys to take it from me. I know y'all be on top of that too.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
we do have a pretty robust developmental roadmap as well. People will enjoy it as and when it rolls out. I can't really say too much more. But if you can think about it, we've probably got plans to include it at some point. Though things have, like you guys know, things have to be built in order.
Oh,
That's right.
absolutely.
That's right.
But I feel like it would be well implemented on you guys' side. So maybe I should just do it. Say it, but I'm not.
I mean,
Don't say it.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that we're working or not working on it anyway, so it doesn't make too much of a difference.
Look at that, bro. They're already ahead of the curve, bro.
They're gonna Zuckerberg me, dude.
They're gonna zuck you, dude. Goodness.
So we got a
Oh my.
question in regards to the tokenomics from Speechmore. So
Yep.
we're thinking with it's going to reward the holders particularly as in different multipliers for the different apes similar to the frat passes.
Yeah. So we want yeah. So we want to do it based off of rarity and also frat pass rarity. If that answers the question. Also, we want you to be able to stake dropouts as well, and hold SAU and the dropouts together and stake them. So I don't know if that answers the question. I didn't really hear
Will
it.
the dropouts have the same tokens, or are they going to be like will they have the same level of rewards in rarity and stuff like that as the main project, or do they start at 50% of the main project and then scale down from there according to rarity?
So
We have
I
to
would
figure
say
that
that.
out.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to take a guess, I would say that any SAU ape counts as an SAU ape, most likely. Now, the uh, like how many traits will be in dropouts compared to the freshman year? I mean, I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to do more. I kind of just want to make them even more complex, So the rarities might be a little bit more fine on the second one, but again, not making any promises. But if I had to guess, it would be one SAUA counts no matter what drop it's from.
And also, all of this information, once we iron it all out, it's going to be in our rolling paper, aka our white paper. So
Yeah.
that'll be released once we get
You got
everything
what you meant.
sorted.
Do you have any indications as to how many dropouts there will be?
Nope. We haven't even. Christian just started on prototypes of the art, and yeah, we're just gonna go from there, and then we'll decide. We'll probably make it less than the main drop. But I don't know the exact number.
Okay.
We have to. It's just
I
decisions we have to
have some
make
numbers in
as
mind.
they come. Yeah, he might know. I don't know. We have to figure that out.
I have some numbers in mind. Not making any announcements yet, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there's definitely time for the community to have a discussion and make their position known, yeah?
Oh,
Of
for
course,
sure.
of
Yeah.
course.
And that's what. Now we're more open to community. like, a lot of things we've been doing is like the community has kind of been like, we want this, and it's like, okay, and then we think about it and make sure it's right for SAU. And uh, w- Christian, you want to leak like a early dropout or no?
Oh man, you want me to post a?
Just like
I
the
think we absolutely all of us want you to do that.
just
All
like a
right,
little
well then
sneak peek. Just
give
it
me
could
just
just
a
be the
second.
base model if anything.
All right, all right. Let me give
Oh,
me
that
two
boy's
seconds.
outside. He's gotta go to the computer. But yeah, so um, what was I saying?
This this brings me to another question, which is basically directed to Dusty. So, um, would like to know the experience it took SAU to create the collection and the whole process, maybe showing people how to create their own personal ape. So basically, similar to what Dusty has been doing with the frat pass sneaky peeks, with showing the process. But I think they're asking for a little bit more of an in-depth explanation.
Is Dusty
Yeah,
here?
so I would say, the theme, as soon as we landed on the main idea, and I was like, college kids, that's cool. And so, there was a lot of ideas thrown out whenever we were going through, all the different potential traits, and a lot of them were put to the side for the sake of the theme of the project. Um, I'd say to anyone who wants to do an NFT project, familiarize yourself with, design software. So Photoshop, Illustrator, a lot of people use an iPad uh, for their designs, and so it's all about just kind of jumping into it. Again, I had a situation in my life that pushed me to get this started, and if you have the right why, you'll figure out the what. So
Also, just to add to that, like that, that could be another thing in our Learn to Earn, an entire course on how to, you know, make your first 2D project,
oh
how,
yeah,
how to make all the traits, how to render it out, you know.
I could do a very thorough
hmm
course on that.
That
For
sounds
sure.
perfect.
Yeah, and maybe a cyber pickle course on metadata.
Yep. They could teach everyone a lot. They could teach me a lot because I'm pretty dumb when it comes to that stuff. So
Yeah, actually, these are all incredible ideas. So uh, everyone get
Another
hyped.
one for you, Dusty, is will the dropouts be more diverse in terms of ape and body shape?
So the body shape itself is not set to change. However, the shape of the ears will have more variability in this drop, and also, you know, the theme of it, the dropouts. I would say these are the apes that didn't make it through school, so you can imagine they're going to have a lot more grime on them. A lot of people were saying Stone Ape University, we want more drugs. Well, you're about to get them. So, uh, yeah, this next one's going to be a bit more flagrant.
yeah, go ahead and hit us with the sneaky peeky, dude.
I'm putting it together right now.
Okay, okay.
So, what kind of things do you have going on a daily or weekly basis in the Discord server to keep everybody connected and chatting and stuff?
Okay, so before Mint, like the week leading up to Mint, we were doing every 3 days we were doing like playing numbers games, like guessing numbers and also trivia. And I'm about to start doing that again. We've just, now that everything's kind of cooling down from the Mint. So, and obviously I'm giving away ADA as prizes, frat passes. Now I have a lot of apes I can give away to the community. Um, so that'll be, the first thing. And then we're also, we're gonna. Everybody wants me to host a poker night, and I personally love poker, so I'm definitely planning on doing that. and me and Dusty were talking. I don't know how many people will be interested in this, but we want to make like a SAU Minecraft server. But
Ah,
so, that could possibly happen. I just don't know how, I don't want to put a bunch of time into making a server and then not many people, want to hop on. But I think people in the community play games. I've had a lot of gamers ask me if I game and stuff. So, that's possible as well to, keep some engagement. And then even in the Minecraft server, we could be using that as giveaway, like as, whoever builds the dopest SAU themed Minecraft thing for the week would, be rewarded.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
never underestimate the power of 3 or 4 Minecraft players with time on their hands.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
But yeah, man, we just
let alone an entire team. Just 3 or 4 is enough.
oh, and also we started doing AMAs in our Discord. We've only had one so far, and it went really well. Um, so we're gonna start doing more AMAs in our Discord for just the community. Uh, and then obviously we're doing AMAs outside of it. But what else? What else have we done? We're always just in chat, engaging, answering questions. If I'm awake, I've got 4 monitors right now. If I'm not at my computer, I'm on my laptop. If I'm not on my laptop, I'm at my phone. So, I'm always trying to answer questions. And then if I'm not here, either Dusty or one of the mods picks up the question. So we're always, trying to be engaging with the community. Um, but yeah, I do want to, I do want to do more, fun type stuff. When I have time.
For sure. So, had another question pop up. What are the plans for the remaining NFTs? And also, how many are remaining in the first place, actually?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure the
Let
exact.
me
Hey,
let me do the math real quick.
yeah, yeah. Um, the plan. Okay, so we halted minting. The plan is to, now that we've got the roadmap out, we're gonna slowly start, uh, you know, marketing and like we're doing now, doing AMAs and stuff, trying to, give people confidence in us. Uh,
By the way, there's 200 or 2,462 out of 6,969
yeah.
left.
So
Okay, so about a third of the project.
yeah.
Right,
Okay,
exactly, roughly.
Yeah, it's not like it wasn't, the most horrible. We
yeah,
sold a good amount. And I truly believe if we did it, even 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before, if we minted, we would have sold out instantly. But I really think it was very bad timing. I think it was like one of the worst weeks in this space when we
yeah.
minted.
I
Like,
mean, there's been a lot of pretty rough weeks for minters in recent
yep,
times, as it goes. And yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it's what's more important is that you've been able to um, swiftly pivot and take decisive action, and then stick with it.
yep. So, and speaking
And the
on that,
sticking with it is something a lot of projects seem to struggle with after making plans, like they, because they're not quite so focused. They end up going in all the directions at once, which is bad. But
Right.
what you guys have done is great.
yeah. So to add on to that, we've
I
halted
posted the
minting.
sample in our AMA chat at the top of our Discord, by the way, if anyone wants to see the.
Oh, I'll
Oh,
put it in CNFT tools.
oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I was about to go do the same.
Yeah, go yoink it if you want.
Oh,
Where's it
I mean,
at?
you're
Which
closer.
chat?
Oh, you gave him the grimiest one. Hold up.
Here, I got it. I'm
Christian, just
posting
put
it.
it. Yeah, just put it. Oh my God, it's so high res.
Yeah, they're all 6,000 by 6,000.
Um,
They make the best wallpapers, dude.
6,000 by
so
6,000. That's cool.
yeah,
Massive, yeah.
so we've got the halting minted, and right now our focus is to give people confidence, and then slowly let people buy up the floor, slowly let people accumulate who are holding for the future. People have really good entry points right now. People who are biggest supporters, they can dollar cost average in right now and get really good deals on our floor price. And once we get the project back to a healthy state in terms of floor price, because I'm not really obsessed with it, but it kind of has to be better before we open the mint back up. Yeah, so once we get the floor price healthy, we're gonna open the mint back up, and then if worst case scenario, we can't open the mint up, or the mint does the remaining don't sell out, then we would just burn the remaining supply. Which is, we don't want to do that, but that's what, we can't just have,
Yeah,
you know,
it's awkward. It's the last thing you want to do, but
yeah, that's last resort, but it could happen. I doubt it will. Um, we have constant activity, people buying and selling, so it's not like there's no liquidity at all. It's just, I think
yeah,
over time, as it builds support levels, it'll eventually uh
yeah. I mean,
get a little healthier.
I generally find that project floor prices tend to understandably dip during long developmental cycles.
Oh, for
You
sure.
can't. It's impossible to keep up mint day hype permanently. Like,
Oh, for sure.
literally
Yeah.
one project out of 10 million will be able to do that. And it's
Yep.
called Bored Apes Yacht Club, and that's about it.
Yep. I agree with you.
Right.
Because you always have to be growing in that time as well. Otherwise, as soon as people see the floor start to level off, that's the time where people think, oh, okay, well, it's not going to go up anymore. Now I'm gonna undercut the floor now and get the most that I can.
Yep.
And
But
then
that's
Which
fine.
inevitably does what they were fearful of.
yeah,
True.
yeah, it's
But that's
it's
fine.
self-fulfilling prophecies.
It
Right,
gets
right, of course.
those types of traders. They eventually get out the project fully, and then the real supporters are buying up, filling up their bags, and then that's whenever that's what you want. You
Oh, and
want
they've
dips.
been posting it too. We've got tons of supporters that are large holders in the project, and
Yep.
we're gonna make it worth it for them. Like we said, right now, people who are flipping for ridiculously low amounts. I mean, like they can get them because there's people out here ready to grab them up, and before you know, it'll stable out and even rise up, and there's always regrets.
And also, just in general, I actually need to set up with you guys the roles as soon as possible. I was planning on doing it today. Then I got bit by a spider. So
Yeah, I mean it's kind of handy you haven't today. Both Brad and PRZ have been away for the weekend, so
yeah, I knew that as well. So they
so
haven't
yeah.
been as yep.
But
Well,
yeah, just
once
bump your ticket and we'll get it sorted out.
for sure, for sure.
We got a question whether we're going to purchase any land for the future university or the Australian Ape University.
I
The
mean,
metaversity.
yeah, the
Yes.
metaversity, bro. We might, have some land just in case, but really we want to develop our own. Uh, and we could have a metaversity in another metaverse.
I
We
mean,
could have metaversities in every metaverse. I don't know.
an idea that's popped into my head. I don't know whether this is in your guys' plans or being considered or anything. But something that universities are generally fairly well known for is for inviting guest speakers and things like that to share knowledge and drop information bombs and things like that. Is that something that you guys would consider not only from the crypto market but from other sectors as well?
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, I could see, even beyond courses in the metaversity, but just maybe a routine kind of speaker circuit that could be ran.
Yep.
But
Shoot,
yeah,
we
like
could hold pep rallies too.
You want to come on?
oh, am I missing somebody here?
We'll send him the invite.
Yeah, who am I inviting?
Yourself in due time.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought, yeah. I think I may
Oh
have
no, he
spoke
was
one too
inviting you
many.
to the metaversity, bro.
No, that sounds like good fun as it goes.
Yep.
You've got you've got a good professor tone about you. I think it's the accent.
Yeah,
But you know,
anybody with
I,
an English accent immediately sounds like a posh twat, even if they're not.
You sound like anybody with an English accent sounds like a YouTuber to me.
right? Yeah, right.
I say it's kind of funny though. The amount, like, it's quite often Americans will think that I've got an Australian accent. Um,
Oh no,
They're
Croc's got the
similar.
Australian
They're
accent.
similar, but there's some pretty clear differences between the two.
I mean, I think that, but apparently not everybody does.
Yeah, not everyone can hear it. That's for sure.
Croc, hit us with a Australian accent, bro.
Oh, g'day, mate. You know, just here going to throw a couple of shrimps on the barbie, eh?
I love it. I
So,
love it.
yeah, that's pretty authentic right there.
See,
Let me
I
get the
don't know
very
how they.
stereotypical British riff you got, dude.
Yes, he does.
I say it's
Let's
kind of
hear it.
funny. I don't to most English people, I don't have much of an accent. I have a couple of twangs from different parts of the country because I've moved around a little bit. But I don't have much of an accent to English people. But obviously, to
Yeah,
anyone not
plug and I.
English, you know,
Yeah,
even
See that?
accents that have a distinct difference, like between England, like other people that aren't English just don't get it.
right.
You know, I could see it though. It's not the strongest English accent. Like it's, you know.
Yeah, plug and I are both from the southern United States that has a really distinct accent, and neither one of us really have it too strong. We have it
Yeah.
a little bit for sure, but it's not, you know.
You guys probably think we have it, or at least me, pretty bad, but like compared to other people around here, my accent's not even, you can't even
It's
tell.
nothing.
Yeah.
I say, funnily enough, I've just had a better idea than inviting me to speak at the university.
Who you got?
You should probably invite me wife.
Cool. She,
Really?
Yeah, she works at a dispensary and is she's just in the process of taking over a kitchen to start up an edibles business.
Oh
nice.
my God, dude! You trying to
So
I,
send some damn illegal
I don't want
packages
it.
to the
I
United
don't.
States?
so if you want some cooking lessons, I'm sure we can invite her along and share some hints and tips for the crowd.
We're gonna have
Oh my
half the
Lord!
university in the hospital.
I
Yep.
swear to God,
DM me
dude.
some recipes too. Don't forget to
Can
DM
you
me
get
some
sued for
recipes as
that?
well.
But yeah, like we won't be able to send them to anyone because obviously federal laws and everything. But
Come on, man.
sharing of methods is fine.
Bro, I'll get in your DMs right after this chat, dude. I will.
For
Dude,
the
I will
record,
talk
she
you
doesn't
in.
have a Discord account, so but yeah.
We'll have her log in through yours. That'll be fun. That works.
Oh, speaking of paraphernalia, we do want some of our merch to be like, you know, rolling papers or
Her
whatever
rolling
we.
trays
Yeah.
or dugouts or uh fucking bongs, like acrylic bongs with apes on them, you know.
Yeah.
Uh
But obviously it
Apes
would
on
have to
them,
be.
or an acrylic bowl in shape, molded in the shape of your ape.
and we got a lot of options. We got a lot of things to
We
do.
have a lot of options.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope
That
there'd
second
be
one might
some.
require some manufacturing, dude, but whatever, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've got a really lovely grinder actually, which in another world could have a rather nice stoned ape on top of it.
Dude, that'd be
Well,
dope.
at very least, I can send you a sticker. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
we can add it to it.
That's definitely an idea that I wanted to throw out on the merchandise side of things. Whether if we can do some sort of like stickers and whatnot of members' NFTs that they have, or something simple like that, or then lean towards posters. Whether if we could also do something like that.
Yeah, I had an idea in the past, and we haven't made any decisions on this whatsoever, and I'm not really sure whether or not we'll do it. But I had an idea where we could have merchandise that had, hand-picked apes from the collection or custom apes made for merchandise. But then I also wanted there to be a portal of some sort where you could link your wallet and prove ownership of a certain ape. And then at that point, be the only one, you're really the only person while it's in your ownership that can have merchandise custom created with your ape on it. And so, maybe that could fold into that idea. Again, I'm not really sure whether or not we'll do that with the merchandise. I think that the first step is going to be more limited edition, kind of limited supply drops. But if we move into a more big scale system, more automated system, I may be able to get something like that set up where people could actually, prove their ownership and have something made with their ape.
Man, that sounds absolutely perfect to me.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean that
Um,
sounds pretty fucking awesome.
It sure does.
I'm
There's
glad
so
you guys
much
like
we
the
can
idea.
do.
That's what I mean. So, just like we were saying earlier, we have so much potential ahead of us, and we both have, all this motivation, and we're grinding so hard to get everything done. And so, when it comes to making these decisions, like there's so many really good decisions, but as we've learned, every little decision counts. And so, anytime that we kind of have to hold our tongue a little bit, like it's none of it's meant to be vague. It's just the reality that we have to be thorough and take our time to make sure that we, whatever we do actually works, for the project and then also for our members. If the project skips a step and falls, then then everyone involved falls with it. So
Yeah, I mean that kind of sums up everything quite well, I think, actually.
beautiful, beautiful.
Is there any more questions from anybody?
I think we found another speaker too, Dusty. Right?
Oh, right. Well, let's just turn this into a party. Where's Discord hiding it from me now?
We got somebody coming up to speak.
Dusty.
No, I was saying you, Dusty, to be one of our speakers. Like you've got it down packed.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying.
Yeah, Christian's always been really good at talking, so I kind of stay quiet.
Well,
I'm
I do
getting
what I
better,
can,
though. I'm
man. I
getting
do what I
better.
can.
Well,
But yeah,
somebody
thanks
has
so
to
much,
do the
Fulton.
work while somebody talks about it. That's the NFT world,
Right, right. Well, yeah, we really appreciate the time that you've had us on here, and I hope that we've given all the information people needed, and it won't be long before you'll hear us again somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have you back on sort of like around dropouts time.
Beautiful, awesome, man.
Well, thank you everyone for turning up. All of Croc Chains, Dusty, and Plug. Absolutely immense to have you. Apologies for the earlier technical hiccup.
Well, sorry I didn't show up when I was supposed to.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
I got my revenge on that one, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I almost didn't come today. I got bit by a freaking brown recluse spider.
Oh.
He made it through,
Yeah.
though. He made it
Yeah.
through. It's crazy.
I got some medicine in me.
Who sucked the venom out?
I almost called you, Croc. I know you guys do that in Australia. You probably pull out a big knife and just but
Right. You
no,
know
I got
me
bit
too
this
well.
morning, so I was like, man, I might not be. I called Dusty. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it tonight. He was like, you better. I was like, okay, bro. But I slept all day and I woke up. I actually feel fine. It's kind of looking better. So I was like, I can come. So
Cool.
thank God.
Yeah.
So yeah, no worries. We're even. We're even, bro.
Sounds good. But yeah, also really want to thank the audience for turning up. You've been absolutely amazing. The questions that have poured through on both chat channels have been sweet as fuck. If you are watching this back on YouTube, when I'm able to get everything sorted out, feel free to give it a like and a share, and poke anyone that might be interested in the project, poke them towards it, and let them find out through your guys' awesomeness.
Hey,
Nice, nice.
and make sure you hit me with the link so I can make an announcement in the Discord once it's ready.
Yeah,
so
will do.
people can go check it out. And make sure you edit it. That part. You know what I'm talking about.
The editing is something I'm going to be learning very quickly tonight, I think.
Yeah. Hey man, hey, hit us up if you need some help. We won't judge.
Actually, though.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Have a good one, guys, and
Yep.
look forward to
All right.
seeing you all soon.
Yep.
Yes,
Peace
sir.
out, man.